Well, I'm still working on my Figsdale tower with all my apartments in them, but you know what? I'm starting to run out of parts. My goal was to just use the 2 tower sets for all my parts, but I'm starting to run out. See what happens coming up next. Hello everybody, this is Drmcbrick and I am on the 3rd story of my 5-story tower, and I'm starting to realize that the parts that I have left from the 2 towers aren't going to cut it, I don't think, even with some extra parts over here. I'm starting to run out, so I need to be very judicious in my use of parts because my goal is to use all of these extra parts. So you can see I've done the top level, the 3rd story here, the facade, the glass, just like I did with the other 2 levels, except for now this level down here, the distance between this window and that window, that's regulation. In other words, that's the same size as what comes with the model or what's called for on the model. But if you notice, I built this pretty large, and I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd have done it 1 less brick, because now I'm up here and I'm only going to be able to put 1 brick on top of these plates and then go around before I can put my next level on. And that'll be okay. It's just that it's just, you know, it won't have that big, huge base right there. But, you know, I got to do what I got to do. Oh, and by the way, I'm speaking of doing what you got to do. If you really like this series of mock buildings and you like my stuff, you like my city, and you like the theme park and stuff, please hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. And if you don't like what you see, that's no problem either. Don't hit the subscribe button. But it would be great to get you as a subscriber. If you haven't already subscribed, smash that bell and you'll be notified of all the different things that I build and do. And once I get all these builds here on my city, you can see over here, we're starting with Figsdale. We're, you know, starting to rebuild it and everything like that. Just got a mess right here right now. But anyway, yeah, and like this video if you're so inclined. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. So I got this going on. So here, I'm going to switch and let me show you what I've been doing so far. Okay, so that window's going to look pretty cool in there, and especially once I light it up, you're going to see a lot of the Fab 5 apartments. But let's see here, and I mean Fab 5. I don't know. I think I said it was Jerry's apartment, but that's 1 story down. This is Jerry's apartment back here. What am I talking about? Anyway, so if you see on this side, I have this side here. Now, I've gone the same route with these double windows, or, well, single windows all the way up. I'm going to have that and continue that. I'm going to put in another set, another set of windows right in here that'll go in and fit in there. So then that way you'll be able to see in the area here with the chair and all that kind of stuff. This is all white, and it's too bad that's not gray, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. But I'm going to have to wall. Of course, this will have a pillar here going up with one of these tracks on it, so it'll match all the way down. And then I'm going to stop with the pillars probably, and I'll wall all this into here. And then there are 4 studs, 1, 2, 3, 4, enough for a these. Oh, I don't know. What do you call them? What the heck are these called? Studs not... Oh, I mean, that's not it. Jeez, oh, Pete. Gosh, I can't even find one. Where is one? Where? Oh, there it is. Yeah, stud not on the top, right? So this is ripe for one of these right here, and then one of these right here, and going all the way up. So I can continue on the ends here, which will look, if you go back, it'll look structural, like, you know, because the ends have beams and stuff. That'll look all right. There just won't be any in the middle because I don't have the parts. But I'll put that, and then there'll be 2 2x2 windows all the way up to the top there. So that's where that'll be, because I really want to keep a window on that. But then I'm in a quandary because back here, I want to keep a window as well, but I don't have a lot of windows to use. I'm starting to get a little low on my windows, and I need to keep them for my next, sorry about the camera. I need to keep them for my next level. So I think what I'm going to do is do a window here and a window here, and there'll be a corner. So that way, technically, you'll be able to see all of this. Whoa, let me go back a little bit so you can see. There you go. So technically, you'll be able to see in like this. And that'll be cool. And then what I'm going to do is wall. Boy, I tell you, if that were gray, man, if these were gray, I would just indent it all and I would make them, you know, and I wouldn't have a problem. But they're not gray, unfortunately. So because of that, what I'm going to have to do is I think I'm going to have to wall all this in and try to continue the beams all the way up. So I'm starting to get low on these tracks. I'm going to have to order some more of these tracks, and I don't believe they're cheap. So I may just end up buying another. What's wrong with my focus? There we go, people. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. I don't know why my focus is so crazy. I apologize for that. So anyway, yeah, I may just have to order another bugle set. It might actually be cheaper than buying all of these extra parts. So you can see I'm unlevel here in terms of, I'm not unlevel, but it's not sticking or clutching as well as I would like it to. But anyway, so I will wall all that in with gray, and all this, of course, will be, that's why I did it this way, so it kind of hides all this. And then I have this side of the building. And this side of the building is going to be a little interesting because, you see, I kind of have industrial, you know, it's all in, you know, oh, look at him. Poor guy, bro. Oh, Thor, he's come on hard times. But anyway, you know, this is kind of industrial looking on this side, of course. So I'm thinking maybe instead of actually walling this in and walling this just with solid gray, I may actually keep that. And because if you recall, the other side has a breakout, and it looks like, you know, it's broken out a little bit and chipped and everything. I think I might just kind of cheese slope this and wedge it so that it looks like it's a broken up wall. And that way, that'll save me some bricks, save me some cost, and it'll look kind of like it's broken down, to be quite honest with you. And then I will wall in the rest of this with gray, and that will solve that problem. So when you're looking inside, and you look and see, I've already done the elevator and everything in there that comes up to the Fab 4. It's a really, really sweet apartment. And so anyway, so you won't have any more windows here, but this will be a tearaway, and it'll kind of look like, you know, from this side at least, like it's the lathing and the extra cinder block and stuff like that you see on the inside of a building. But anyway, so that's my plan. So I'm going to get at it and see what I can do. Okay, so this is what I have. You see, I kind of I used very minimal bricks, these slopes that I did not need, and had them lying around, or they came with the set. But I didn't need them because they're for a different thing that I'm not going to use. So anyway, so I have that. I did have to use several of these snot pieces. So again, like I did down here, I'm just going to attach these and make them into, whoops, sorry about that, make them into kind of an industrial looking vent, that sort of thing. So yeah, so I'll attach those. But I kind of like that breakaway section. Kind of reminds me of the section on the other side on the first floor of the building that literally actually does break away. But make sure those nice and even. But anyway, so I'll start doing that. I'll put 4 more on here. And then on the back, what I've started to do, let's see here, is I started to build up the wall. Now I've been using the 4x3 sections, wall sections. So it's actually the equivalent of 3 4x1s. And I've used those there, and there. And then I've gone the 1x2s all the way up. I had to use another snot brick because, again, I'm trying to use all the parts that came in all this mess right here. I had to use another snot brick, so I decided to do a vent like I've done vents on the other floors. And now here, I'll use these pieces here again like this. And I can stick them right in here like this, and right in here like this, and right here like this. So in other words, these are basically the same things as I would do with the windows, except for I'm not going to use, and I apologize for this horrible camera work, use those windows. And so because of that, I'm not using windows there, so there. So now what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and get my trusty snot pieces and make all the way up. And so I can continue these with these railroad pieces. And I think I found another bag of those over there in that mess. And so I'll be able to use them and continue with the beams. So I think that will look good. Now I'm going to do this in Windows. I've decided I'm going to do the whole thing in Windows. So in order to do that, I need to put a column up here. But when you're doing your columns on the corners, you want to build them like this so that they're offset so that you can attach the railroad tracks on this side and on this side. So you see as I put it on there, I will be able to attach one of these here and one of those there without any problem. Perfect. Now, just in case you haven't been following along, the way that the Bugle calls to make the windows is a very simple process. And so I'll show it to you here for those of you that don't have the Bugle and don't have the instructions. Of course, you can always get them online even if you don't own the set. But anyway, I basically used a 1x4 and these 2x1s with the little edge coming out, and that provides a sill for the window. And then you just basically stack up as many windows as you want and as you can hold, you know, as the building will hold all the way up to the top. Okay, so I got my windows together, and in order to seal them off at the top, you want to put 2 more 2x1 of these little plates with the slot, and then cover it up with a 4x1 that seals it all together. So you have a nice real window pane there. And then we just kind of come up here and we try to clutch this in with one hand. The thing with the windows is they do flex. So that's why I'll need to connect them all up here to the walls with plates. But anyway, so they're on. Now I've already assembled one of the pillars that I'm going to need with the track piece on it. And I will put that on here. And so therefore that follows that down. So those pillars exist, but there's nothing here. So that's where I'm going to stop. So this will all be the same, because if you notice all the way down here, it's where our doors are. So there's no pillars there. So I will put, however, I will put this window in here. And again, it's very flexible because it's the window pieces. And there we go. So now we have the back of this. And so you can see into the changing room. And so now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put my window in here as well. And then I'll build all this in with a wall. Okay, there it is. It's all set, and you see the walls and the windows. I got a nice corner window right there. I finished off these, and so the beams go all the way down and everything. Now all I have to do is I have to use these 1x, I think they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1x12s. And what I'm doing is I'm bracing them up. And if you notice, I make sure that they connect the corners. So the corners are all opposite connections there. And that helps. And so I connect from the corners and go in, use a few more of these. And these are extra pieces, but I use them to stiffen things up. As you can see, it really helps on top there. Those two are stuck together. That's not good. I hate taking plates apart. But anyway, I'll use these up here. I'll stick these on. That will brace it. And then I got a 4-piece right there that I have to find a 4x1. And so I'll look in my parts area over here, and sure enough, in the Bugle parts, I have one. And there we go. And the whole thing is stiffened up. And so you can see it on all the sides. I think, let me know what you think down in the comments. And don't forget to like this video if you like the process that you see me working through and everything. I got all kinds of stuff here. So I'm just going to move it all back and see if I can slide this around and show you the different sides here. So anyway, so yeah, so there we go. Let me back out a little bit. There you have it. So on this side, you see the walls kind of falling out a little bit. The front facade looks good. It's the same as all the other front facades. Now, of course, you can see in there now because there's nothing on top. I did the elevator just as normal. Those windows really shine through in that fitting room back there, and especially back here in the makeover area, in the chair and all that sort of thing. That's kind of cool. And as you look around here like that, you'll see that I finished, or I brought that same theme, trying not to knock this off the table, because that would be horrible. But anyway, so I did not put windows here. I could have, but I thought that I just need to save the windows. windows and stuff like that. And then of course around back, everything looks pretty much uniform and the same as, you know, it's not beautiful, but at the same time, it's the back, right? And so, you know, if we look at the sides and we look at the front of it, it looks, you know, from the majority of angles, it's going to be a pretty cool looking build. So anyway, let me know what you think. Please hit that like button, share, subscribe if you haven't. Check out my Dr. McBrick general store on teespring.com for merch and all kinds of stuff. We're going to continue with this, and we're going to see if we can add the Friends apartments on top of it and keep going up. Now, I do have a lot of parts here that I'm running a little low on parts. So it was really tough to finish this and keep it uniform, but I was able to do so. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get the Friends apartments in there. I might have to do a separate mock with the Friends apartments, who knows? But I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get another 2 stories out of this. I think I'm going to have to order some more parts from Bricklink to be able to go up that high. Mostly what I have to order, I don't have to order windows because you can see I got tons and tons of windows, but I have to order some more of these track pieces, and I'm going to have to order a lot of 1x4 bricks and 2x1 bricks to span these gaps and things like that. So with that said, this is Dr. McBrick signing out.